the keep showing up next to the album with him. That's an indication to me he might have some feelings towards me. That is just everywhere I got an issue. You show up around him. So I mean, we don't forget music. Because music ain't usually my motivation. My morals come off the curb. So if you see a nigga keep being around, he's going when you come around, like your antenna's going. So he in a position where he might feel like he did, but he ain't dead yet.
Boy, god damn, boy, it don't get more disrespectful than this right here. Lil Meech done went and linked with goddamn Mayweather and Ross. God damn, boy, season 4 ain't never gonna come out talking about some real power. Man, look. Them boys can't even give you your show back. What you talking about real power?
So Floyd Mayweather just sent shots at 50 Cent talking about pulling up over this whole Big Meech situation. And you already know 50 ain't letting that slide, but check this. This ain't even the first time Floyd tried to come for 50 like this. The difference this go-around, Floyd got 3 to 50's biggest enemies riding with him, and it's looking real shady. One man against 4. So is this squad really going to help Lil Meech bounce back? Or is this whole plan about to blow up in their faces? There's a lot to break down in this messy saga of friends turning into foes, so go ahead, grab a snack, and let's get into it.
The keep showing up next to the album with him. That's an indication to me he might have some feelings towards me. That is just everywhere I got an issue. You show up around him. So I mean, you don't forget music. Because music ain't usually my motivation. My morals come off the curb. So if you see a nigga keep being around, when you come around, like your antenna's going. So he in a position where he might feel like he did, but he ain't dead yet.
Boy, god damn, boy, it don't get more disrespectful than this right here. Lil Meech done went and linked with goddamn Mayweather and Ross. God damn, boy, season 4 ain't never gonna come out talking about some real power. Man, look. Them boys can't even give you your show back. What you talking about real power?
Lil Meech just dropped another pic chilling with Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross, captioned real power, and let's keep it a buck, that was a straight up shot at 50 Cent, the same 50 that put Meech on, got him in the game, and helped him stack over $5 million from the BNS series, while Big Meech was still locked up. Man, the internet has been going crazy ever since that post hit, especially cause it all went down just a few days ago in Miami at Floyd's 50th birthday bash, and if there was even a slim chance of 50 giving Lil Meech another shot at his acting bag, this post might have just slammed that door shut, ain't no question. Floyd Mayweather knows all about the ongoing tension between 50 and the Fatherson duo, and what's the best way to get under your op skin, link up with his biggest enemies and stunt on them. Just like 50, Floyd got Hall of Fame level pettiness. And if you peep into their history, you already know these two have never been on good terms. Matter of fact, their beef might be even messier than 50's legendary war with Rick Ross. So this little meetup, this wasn't just some casual hangout, this was Floyd straight up throwing gas on an old fire, letting 50 know their feud is far from finished. Unlike the drama between 50 Cent and Rick Ross, 50 and Floyd Mayweather used to be tighter than a fresh pair of Air Force Ones, inseparable. Everybody thought their bond was rock solid, untouchable. They were so close, they even graced the cover of XL together, letting the world know they were real-life bras. But all that loyalty, poof, gone, and it all went left because of a business deal gone sour. And trust me, I've got all the messy details. See, 50 and Floyd's beef got history. It goes all the way back to 2012 when Floyd caught that DV case and ended up doing a little time. And oh, there's way more to it. According to 50, before Floyd got locked up, he asked for a big favor involving Mayweather Promotions TMT, the Money Team boxing promotion, and Mayweather Productions media company. Basically, Floyd wanted 50 to hold it down while he was away, sign fighters, keep the business moving, kind of like what Big Meech had going on. But what 50 wasn't expecting was the drama that came next. Turns out, when V started handling business, he realized Floyd had him trying to run a company that didn't even legally exist. That's right, TMT wasn't even registered as a company. Floyd out here playing chess with no board, and 50, he wasn't about to play the fool, which meant 50 had to build everything from the ground up, and that wasn't going to be cheap. But since they were tight, 50 went all in, dropping over $1 million to get everything official. And this is where it gets really messy. When Floyd got out of jail, dude started moving different, acting all gangsters, straight up rapist, ching to match 50's investment. or pay back what he owed. And get this, while 50 and the squad was out here running a whole "Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket" campaign, basically a glorified GoFundMe, Floyd was out in these streets blowing racks on Chain's Lambos and winning everything except paying back the man who held him down while he was locked up. And we all know 50 don't play about loyalty or respect, but Floyd, man, he didn't trying to hear none of that. Instead, he flipped the whole script, claiming 50 was capping, and that the real reason things fell apart was cause 50 I wanted half the company, and was low-key trying to push out his longtime manager Al Heyman. Matter of fact, Floyd straight up told 50 point blank that he never even asked him to put a dime into TMT promotions. So when 50 finally snapped on social media, folks started looking at him like a villain, and Floyd, man, he wasted no time clowning him, calling him a mailboxing groy, and saying "hold my belt," because your album sales have declined after all this drama. Folks thought the two had finally squashed it. They even hit the media with that it was just a publicity stunt line. But let's keep it all the way real, that was pure cap. Over time, they went from being brothers to full-blown ops, and it ain't happened overnight. Fans started peeping the shift because both of them made sure to use every opportunity, every tweet, every post to clown each other online. And trust, there were no limits to the disrespect. Floyd would shamelessly bring up 50's rocky relationship with his son Mares, while 50 fired back, claiming Floyd was out here sleeping with his own best friend's woman. These two weren't just throwing jabs, they were straight up cooking each other. But 50, oh, he took it there. At one point, he even accused Floyd of being tied to the tragic demise of Earl Hayes and his wife Stephanie. And he ain't stopped there. He put Floyd on blast, saying when he broke up with his girl Jessica, "You kept her around, got her an apartment, bought her a car, because you wanted to fund her ain't sweat." He was keeping it player. Hey, just wasn't built like that. Tell everybody why you were on FaceTime when he united Stephanie and himself, because he was confronting you about his wife. These ex-besties were spiraling fast, and with 50 Aaron out of all the drama in public, it was clear they had officially hit next-level beef mode. And when I say petty, I mean petty 50. I went straight for the jugular, taking the feud to unprecedented levels of disrespect. And the way he did it, man, he really tried to sun Floyd in front of the whole internet. 50 straight up challenged Floyd to read a book out loud on social media, and he said, "I will donate $700 to $50,000 to a charity of your choice if you can read a full page out of a Harry Potter book out loud without starting and stopping or up." 50 really went there.
LELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to.
Floyd wasn't about to let that slide. He clapped back hard, flexing on 50 by posting a pic of two checks totaling over $72 million, just to remind him that his bank account was way heavier than whatever 50-50 was talking about. But Floyd didn't stop there. Oh no, he threw out his own challenge, telling 50 to step in the ring and settle their beef the old school way. And man, the internet went crazy in 2014 when rumors started flying that these two might actually square up, but surprise, surprise, the fight never happened. And this is where it got extra messy. Later on, The Breakfast Club leaked an audio clip of Floyd struggling to read a sentence, and to this day, the internet's still clowning him for it. But just when folks thought their feud had finally cooled off, boom, it reignited in 2018. See, Floyd made one of the pettiest moves ever. He booked ARA Marie, who was in the middle of suing 50 for revenge porn, to perform at his club. That moved straight disrespectful, and the back and forth didn't stop there. That summer, Floyd took things all the way up a notch, posting a whole open letter on Instagram where he really came for 50, dragging everything from his music career to his relationship with his own son, saying you haven't had a hit song on the radio, and who knows when, and you're definitely not hot enough to sell records anymore. That's why Interscope dropped you. Floyd continued, "You're jealous of any rapper, athlete, or entertainer who's winning. You are a certified snitch, and we got paperwork to prove it." But he didn't stop there. Floyd kept firing shots, saying you talk about jaw roll, but you stole this whole style and ran with it. You're the only self-proclaimed gangster who's never put in work. You need to pay homage to the real 50 Cent for stealing his name and his storyline. Your claim to fame was getting shot multiple times and living to tell it. And you think that gangster, you're currently living in an apartment in Jersey. You're always in somebody else's business. Just to stay relevant, you should just become a blogger, cause it's obvious you got nothing going on in your life. He went on to say, "Are you mad that Kanye West ended your career? The only thing you got going on is power. And let's be real, people watch that for ghosts, not you. You could leave the show tomorrow and everybody would still tune in. But out here in the real world, I'm the real ghost. And just when y'all thought it couldn't get any worse, Floyd cranked the disrespect all the way." Up he straight up claimed 50 was drowning in debt and couldn't even afford to keep up with his mansion, but Floyd wasn't just talking, he was out here really trying to play 50 like he was broke, and to make things worse, he alleged that 50 had caught herpes from DJ and had even lied about his Coca-Cola deal being worth $300 million.
Woke up, I look at the computer say, Floyd said, T.I. Nelly 50. I'm like, what did he say me for? Nelly, your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fiance, say that.
All the drama between 50 and Floyd, their beef, was already on another level, so for Big Meech and Lil Meech to be linking up with Floyd in Miami after already making moves with Rick Ross, man, that was just wild. In response, 50 did what he does best. He took it straight to Abe, posting a video with a subliminal message that read, "I don't feel I have to wipe everybody out, just my enemies." And if that wasn't clear enough, he used the moment to double down on his threats about exposing Big Meech for allegedly being a snitch. He did this by teasing a docuseries that would supposedly feature Tammy Cowens speaking on Big Meech and how he allegedly snitched on Coffee and others. But 50 wasn't done yet. To add even more fuel to the fire, he went ahead and posted a flyer for a brand new show called Hip Hop Cop, which he announced he was about to drop soon. And in the caption, he wrote, "Check out my new show, Hip Hop Cop," on Hulu. Oscar-winning writer and an Emmy award-winning director Booma BMF. Let's get that if Lil Meech wasn't already sick over 50 canceling BMF, then this news was definitely about to send him crashing out. And as y'all already know, a big chunk of this whole mess popped off when Big Meech came home and realized Lil Meech had damn near blown through all the money he made from the BMF series. Word on the street is Big Meech was trying to call in some favors from Rick Ross, hoping he'd push his Welcome Back concert and help him get back in motion, but that move, man, it clearly backfired.
February 13, the Big Meech on benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Red, Ricky Rose. Now, it's the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This be special, epic. Get your tickets right now. I'm back.
Cent saw the whole thing as a straight-up betrayal, especially since Ross has been one of his biggest ops for years. But 50 ain't just let it slide. He turned all the way up, calling out Big Meech for allegedly being a snitch. According to 50, while Meech was locked up, he was moving funny using third-party cooperation through Tammy Cowens, the same woman he signed his life rights over to while he was in jail, and through her info got leaked to the feds about Cuffy helping Meech secure an early release. But here's where it gets even messier. When Meech finally got out, he straight up curved Tammy and started demanding in all his life rights back like she was just supposed to hand him over. And that wasn't even the only issue. Word on the street is Meech and Tammy's situation wasn't just business. Tammy had held him down all them years. But when he came home, dude ran straight into his baby mama's arms instead of hers. And that, well, let's just say Tammy definitely felt some type of way about that. But here's the real kicker. Big Meech denied it all. But come on now, how does a whole kingpin end up laying up with a government informant for years and then claim he had no idea who she really was? That's the $1 million question folks are still asking. And of course 50 wasn't going to let that slide either. He threw more shade, saying Big Meech's biggest mistake wasn't getting locked up, it was failing to maintain his relationship with Tammy Cowens once he got out. And it ain't just 50 and Tammy saying this, there's actual evidence linking Big Meech to Cuffy's conviction and sentencing. And to make it even wilder, there's an audio recording from Cuffy himself as Louis Kingpin and Meech's homie of 30 years that seems to confirm the whole thing.
Wasn't even the original target. They wanted to get a little Mexican. He's actually a cartel member out of LA named Suarez. You'll see his name in the paperwork. Fidel Suarez. He was the initial target. You feel me?
Right.
He was the initial target. But with me calling in while they were trying to set up Fidel Suarez, she clicked over and told the feds or the agents who was listening to her and Suarez, hold on, this is Cuff. And when they heard the name Cuff, they went crazy. And that's when her and Meech turned the scheme towards...
To make it even worse, Cuffy's own daughter came out and doubled down on the allegation.
I'm Tamara Gatling. I'm making this recording in regards to my dad. He's Dion Gatling. Most people know him as Cuffy. But I wanted to make this recording so I can shed light on some facts. My dad was set up by one of his best friends which is Demetrius Lenore, also known as Big Meech. My dad and Meech have been friends for 30 years plus.
As for Lil Meech, man, folks have been going in on him, saying he out here looking like a chick being passed around for money. And listen, those ain't even my words, that's straight from the internet's mouth. For real though, linking up with Rick Ross and Floyd then. Posting that caption, yeah, that didn't exactly hit the way Lil Meech thought it did, and if there was even a slight chance that 50 Cent would have taken him back, that move, man, it completely ruined it now when it comes to 50 Cent and Tammy Cowan's exposing. Big Meech, the internet is split right down the middle. Some folks are fully riding with 50, saying he just exposing the truth, but others their side eyeing him heavy, wondering if he's a snitch too, cause let's not forget he kept Tammy around even when he knew she was an informant, and now folks are starting to think this was 50's plan from the jump to cancel BMF and slide right into pushing his hip-hop cop series, and with the way he's hyping up that show right now, that theory it might not be too far from the truth.